Alright guys, this is part 2 to the part 1. My phone started to die. And sorry for the awkward kind of angle. I think it's different than what it was before. It looks like it. But my phone stand and my charger, it's like they don't mix. Like my phone will fall over and shit. Good thing I have a flip phone. But what I was going back to with this energy is like, your passion runs both ways and it runs deep. So if you're really passionate about something and it doesn't follow through, I've kind of tamed myself a little bit in between that fucking break, because it was like I was getting amped up, and I have that passion too. Whenever I'm talking about something and I'm very passionate about it, it's like sometimes you need to take a step back. And could have been just the universe telling me to take a step back for a second because you're getting overwhelmed or something of the sort. So I don't know if that's a message for somebody out there too, is to take a step back, catch yourself, or like if there's setbacks to whatever you're trying to do, it's like tame yourself. Like, don't tame yourself for other people. Tame yourself for your mental well-being. Because, like I was getting at with this control issues, it's like I want things to go one way. And if it doesn't, then you're going to get back into that energy of being depressed, anxiety filled, like, I can't do this, man, I can't. I don't want to try again because of this. And it's like, if you tame yourself beforehand, or listen to the universe telling you, hey, it's not the time for this, or go along with the distraction, like maybe you need to be distracted for 2.5 in order to come back and look at it from a different perspective too, or to calm yourself in order to deal with whatever mishap you were dealing with. And that goes along with the trust that it's happening for you, not to you. Going back to the beginning statement. Hold on, guys. All right. And that goes along with the transformation too. Maybe this is something that you need to recognize about yourself, is that passion, yeah, it's extremely fucking hard to stop. And there we go. Queen of Wands. More passion. This is like going for what you want, regardless of the consequences. It's like, yes, you need to be in that energy, but you need to be in that energy as well as trusting, being confident, taking shit as it comes or goes. It's like having that self-control. And let's see, heart-to-heart conversations. High Priestess. It's like you already know what needs to be said. Sorry, the kids keep fighting. But this is you knowing what you need to do, what you need to say. This is... you can sense it when it happens. It's like before you get overwhelmed in your thoughts, in all the bullshit that happens in life, it's like this is your intuition telling you to trust. This is, yeah, you may be in this middle world, but you also have this holy mountain energy. Like, take a break. Alright, let's see. The moon. This is like in secret. This is what the universe is bringing you. It's bringing you an entirely new beginning. This is, again, your energy. Cancer Pisces. This is Cancer Pisces as well. This is even if you don't know. You're not meant to know. You're supposed to be confused right now. It's just finding that mental stability in the middle of that confusion. And finding balance. Sometimes, I don't know why, I just thought of some things aren't meant to be said. And then we have the Star. You still have hope whenever it comes down to it. It's just the way you're going about it and taming that part of yourself in order for you to heal your mental state. That might be part of your healing, is taking a step back and realizing that you need to balance these energies. Like, yeah, you're passionate about something, but it's like you need to give that passion into yourself too. Let's see. What else do I want to do? And you could have Sagittarius and Aquarius in your chart, as well as Cancer. A lot of fire energy, so Leo, Sag again, or Aries. I feel like it's a pattern. A pattern that you don't talk about. Nothing's one. Marriage. Lovers. I'm not gonna take that reverse. Pathway. And then we have gift. Alright. And then we have imprisonment. You could be in your head about a relationship. To a certain extent, the control issues. If you're dealing with a relationship situation, this could be having those control issues to where whenever somebody doesn't want to communicate with you, or they don't do something you like, or they go hang out with their friends, blah, 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 leave you behind. Those are abandonment issues that you need to work on from your past. Maybe, like I said, maybe you have a shitty past. Maybe you have karmic family members that don't really appreciate the person that you are. And it's like you're realizing that throughout your life, you've dealt with certain things a certain way, and your family was doing it the same way. It's like, I feel like you're breaking generational curses whenever it comes down to it. Imprisonment. This is like a mental prison. This is like you could be in a mental prison over your gifts. And if you don't know what your gifts are, I can't really tell you what your gifts are. The way I found my gifts, because I have a lot of them. I mean, it's one of those, the thing you used to do in your childhood that you were amazing at. Like, I used to draw all the time. I used to paint. I used to write. I always said that one day I was going to write a book. And now I'm in the middle of writing 4. So it's like, you could be good at poetry. I like writing music. This could be part of your path that you're ignoring. And I feel like the universe is sending you a person that is for you. in the midst of it, but you need to balance yourself out first. Like, if you are having issues finding love, blah, 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 it's like, Spirit is like, there's a new beginning coming. You just have to get on this healing journey before you get that person. Because if you're not healed before you go into a relationship, a true, divine fucking relationship, this is like, you're gonna bring all of your past with you. The way your family treated you, the abandonment issues, the fucking neglect, whether it was you were abused as a child, like people leaving you all your life. It's one of those having to fend for yourself, mama issues, daddy issues, all that kind of good shit. And you're gonna bring that into the relationship. And Spirit doesn't want you to. Because this is your gift. This is a gift. Sorry, the dogs are fighting. But this is a gift for you. And now I understand why I had to tame myself down before I started saying all this. Because if I was so passionate about it, I probably would have read the cards wrong. Because that does fucking happen. Like, I don't care who you are. Fucking cards can be read wrong. Nobody is always 100% right, especially with general readings. It's like, but I had to slow myself down in order to make it for you guys. Is how I'm seeing it now. So little shit like that, you might see what you need to change, or the plus side of what you had to go through after what you went through. Does that make sense? I just saw 1, 2, 3 on the clock, so it's like, yeah, there's a steady inclination into what you're about to get into. It looks like it's a relationship. It looks like it's a healing relationship. Like, if you still have the remnants, but you've worked on your healing, like, but you still have those triggers whenever it comes down to certain things, certain places, certain people, certain things that people do. You won't recognize that until you actually deal with something that causes those triggers. Like, you can think you're completely fucking healed, like, I'm all good, blah blah blah, but something comes along and then there's a trigger, and you have to go back to the basics and start healing that all over again. And it hurts. It hurts like fucking hell. And you might get pulled back into this type of energy. Like, how do I mother myself? Like, you might get pulled back into that passion, hyperfixation of both angles. It's like you might get put back into that. But it's whether or not you're going to learn that lesson of going back and forth with yourself. Like, being content in the fucking present. Yeah, you can think about the future. But learn how to trust it. Trust yourself. Trust your guides. Trust that the universe has shit planned for you. And you might not know what the fuck it is, but it's coming. Let's see. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to get another one of these. Another one. I said one. It says longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. This can go along with don't dim. Because at the same time, you're always going to be longing for home. You're always going to be longing for something more. You're always going to be longing for family. You are not alone, though. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you, going back to that ghost dance shit. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Your guidance is divinely guided. So that's just confirmation. It's one of those things. I feel like you're going to get messages regardless of where it's from. Like, I forgot which reading I said it in, but if you have kids, sometimes your kids can come out of nowhere and say random ass shit. And I mean, it's one of those things. Like, my son, my oldest son, he has a song that I didn't even, like, he's never sang it before. But I was in like this low place mentally. And he made up a song that was called I Believe. And it was like, I believe it'll be okay. And then it was a reminder of I should get back in the present now. And it's little stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody out front telling you something. You can hear something in a song. You could be clairvoyant. That could be one of your gifts that you haven't necessarily tapped into. Yeah, every song is an emotional trigger. That's why we, in a way, we love music. And this could be one of those triggers that causes you to go back and forth throughout your past or whatever. Music triggers the memories. So that could be one of those scenarios where it triggers your past. It triggers that karma. You mentally taking that in and healing it as it comes in, that's healing. It's like you don't need closure. You don't need to deal with a certain situation in order for it to... Hold on, guys. It doesn't have to necessarily be a situation that you're going through now. It could be something that you're going through in the past. Or you went through in your past. Should I rephrase that? But, it's something that needs to be healed. And I'm running out of... Find home in you was another message that I got from this too. I don't know. Alright, guys.